everyone. So today we're gonna go through MNQ on and the market outlook for MNQ. So what we are seeing here today is some bullish momentum right here, but currently we do have some lower highs and lower lows previously from 2nd August to until 13th August. So what we are seeing here is we have seen some change of character. So I'm just going to mark these areas where there has been lower highs and lower lows. And then, for example, if you want to analyze a chart, basically you have to start looking at the trend. So currently, we are seeing bullish momentum in a lower time frame. But if you're looking at 4 hour time frame to do some analysis, I recommend looking at the bigger picture. So, for example, if you're panicking and you might want to buy at this area, but then again, if you notice, it's a visible resistance level and you might not want to buy immediately right here. You might want to wait for some retracement. So we're gonna share with you guys how you can look out for potential retracement level and visible support level, visible resistance level to long and short your positions. So as you can see here, we have lower highs and lower lows. This was a really good trend following period, which is during the early August. So what happened is that after the trend actually went up until it was ranging until from 848 until 24030. So then after that, it actually that we are seeing some change of character right here. So basically, that it actually went down, and if we look at 1 hour time frame, we are actually seeing that the price actually broke through the previous lower lows. So we can actually you can actually enter sales right at this place. But of course, if you are actually a very conservative trader, you might not really want to enter at this level. Why is because it might come back and retrace right here. So your stop loss, that's why risk management is very important. If you have a very tight stop loss or if you have a very wide stop loss, it's gonna get you stop up, and then the price will actually go to the direction that you actually predicted. So I think whenever traders enter positions, right, they need to have a plan stop loss and plan take profit levels. So basically, you have already predicted what's going to happen to the market, and you enter with the preset levels that actually aligns with your risk management strategy. So currently we are seeing some change of character, and the price actually went down until the previous visible resistance. So what you can actually do is you can mark your previous resistance and support levels. Currently, the price hasn't come down to this resistance level. So what actually I'm gonna do right now is that, because if normally I'll look at 4 hour time frame. So what we can see is there is this resistance that's actually very visible, and we want the price to come down, retrace back a little bit. So there's this resistance level that we are looking at. So the price actually kept rejecting this area. So it still need to reject this area for the price to come down to the previous lowest level, which is $22,836. So what we're gonna do now is we're just gonna go over to 1 hour time frame and see if, and you have to wait for the market to break through this level, which is 23791, around 23800 area. So once it breaks to that level, you still have to monitor. Why is because it could actually be a fake breakout. If it's a fake breakout and you actually enter at the area, means that you will actually get stopped out. So don't enter immediately. So never enter immediately once the price breaks out. You have to wait for a few weeks formation, something like this area. So if I can just show you something like this area, the price actually break through, but you cannot enter right immediately at this level. Why? Because you are not seeing any wicks. So you have to wait for the wicks formation right at this level, and then you can start to enter. So for this case, you want to wait for wicks formation throughout this level. So the price went up, and then you're seeing some wicks, some rejection candles through the upside. So then you can start to enter your shorts. But let's say then you can start enter your shorts. Yeah. So let's say you're entering longs. Is a similar case. Wait for the price to break out, and then wait for some wicks rejection candles through the downside, and then you can start to enter your long positions. But let's say you are slightly risk taker, so you can start to enter at this level, but then make sure that you have your stop loss set above this candle, above the previous height, which is 23816. If not, you're gonna get stopped out. Sometimes the wick actually exceed this level around this area, but then again, if it goes to that level, it's showing that there's still bullish momentum. So you might not want to risk all your capital. At least if you want to make sure that you are actually in this trade, you have to make sure that the risk management is really 1:2 or 1:1. I don't think the price will actually come. I don't think the reward will be more than 1:2, mainly because it's actually quite choppy today and there's no momentum. So another thing that I can actually highlight to you guys is that there's not much volume trader, if there's not much momentum during the morning and afternoon section, which is Asia and London section, meaning that you will start to see the momentum starting from New York session. So when New York and London session overlaps, meaning that there will be a huge volume traded and then there will be huge momentum. Basically, because today is Friday as well, people are not trading a lot. So if you want to like hop on a trend, for example, if you want to hop on this bullish trend, you can still hop on that. But then, of course, make sure you wait for the retracement level. So I'm expecting the retracement level to happen around 4 p.m. So when the price come down to this area, it will probably be about 4 p.m. And then it depends whether the price break through this level or the price go up from about 23613 area, and then it will go up until to actually come back to this area. So this is actually what's gonna happen. We have to see, this is a very critical area, and we have to see how the price plays out within the next few hours. And then I will actually be entering the trades. I want to enter shorts actually. So but then I normally risk about 100 points. So 100, because I'm trading, even MNQ 100 points is very ideal. If it's more than 100 points, your entry is very early. So you have to wait for the price to come back to this area, 23782 area, and then we will start to enter shorts. And so what's the risk reward? So risk reward is about 1:2, mainly because the price is choppy and it's Friday. So the price will actually come down until this area. So if you go down to 15 minutes time frame, you'll see the price actually break out in this area, and then it has some wicks formation here. So it's slightly harder for the price to go break through this level and for you to enter shorts, mainly because there are a lot of buying position in this level. Unless it's a New York session at about 9 p.m., then we are not going to see a very huge volume traded. So with this amount of volume that we are seeing, if you want to enter during London section, you can start to enter with some buying setups with retracement back to around this level of 63700 to 63721 area, and make sure your stop loss is not more than 100 points because that's where your optimal entry is.